Hi everyone. This is Priya Prasad, a third year PhD student at EdTech program, and this is my seventh semester. As we reach the conclusion of our journey in this emerging learning technologies course, I find myself reflecting on the key major takeaways I have gained over the past few months. I should say that this course has not only broadened my understanding of emerging learning technologies, but also equipped me with practical strategies to apply them effectively. The first and perhaps most significant takeaway is the importance of thoughtful integration of emerging learning technologies. Technologies should complement and enhance pedagogy, not dictate it and just be used for the sake of using it. This can be achieved with effective instructional design. From this course, I deeply understood that the foundation of any effective instructional design is having clarity about the learning objectives. The biggest eye opening project that taught me this key takeaway was the first augmented reality project. We, as a team, in our AR project, aimed at using the AR technology called tape measure to teach geometry to middle school students. We were so focused on our choice of choosing the AR technology in supporting the learning outcomes and not overshadow them. When we designed the project, we learned that we should focus on instructional designs contribution in elaborating learning activities and learning technologies that take into account the targeted learning outcomes, the specificity of the contents to be learned, the peculiarities of the learners, and the principles of educational psychology, such as how students learn. These elements can be described as internal to the learning process. While focusing on these internal elements for the most part in our instructional design document, we also discussed about the external constraints that we might have. This is the second major takeaway. Extrinsic constraints do not relate to any learning theory, but nonetheless shape classroom practices such as the time budget and time segmentation, the physical constraints of the classroom space, and the need to maintain a reasonable level of discipline to minimize the teacher's workload or to cope with the heterogeneity of the class. We as a team agreed that these logistics of classroom do not correspond to grand learning theory, but to practicalities that, if they are neglected, may spoil the most effective instructional design. We came to a strong conclusion that both internal and external constraints need to be satisfied to obtain a learning solution that works well in the classroom. The third major takeaway is that there are three important criteria that should be considered when incorporating technologies for teaching and learning. Number one, the emerging learning technologies should be flexible enough for the teachers to adapt to the needs of their students. Number two, the technologies should align and integrate the content from the curriculum. And number three, the technologies should take into account the constraints of the context. The final major key takeaway for me is about the intersection of emerging technology and organizational leadership in education presents a transformative opportunity for future learning environments. Effective integration of technology requires strong leadership that fosters innovation and adapts to new educational paradigms. I understood the need for establishing technology leadership competency standards is crucial for school leaders to guide technology integration effectively. These standards enhance leadership skills, support professional development, and create framework for consistent technology use across all educational institutions. In closing, this course has broadened my understanding of how emerging technologies have revolutionized education while also grounding me in the critical importance of pedagogy driven implementation. The projects, discussions, and practices we engaged in have left me feeling both satisfied and thoughtful in and pedagogy driven use of technology in education. To suggest a topic to be included in this course, I would suggest digital games, simulations, and learning. Including this topic will let us explore the research and theory in game and simulation based learning, as well as the related fields of game design, psychology, instructional design, and education. We will also have the opportunity to learn and analyze and evaluate of when games and simulations are most effective for learning and the associated recommended supportive practices. Finally, I would like to thank Dr. L for guiding us through this exploration and to my peers for insightful discussion and shared learning. Thank you.